Welcome back to Ironhome, the only Starforged actual play that doesn't actually play Starforged. Today we're continuing with episode 4 of Mechs vs. Aliens in a back-to-back recording of 3 and 4. So let's get right to it. For me, it's been nothing. For you, it's been a week. So let's recap. Session 3. We started our jungle journey. We met Bruno, the wandering tank hermit, very colorful character. We got in a fight with one of our own turrets. We were helped by the lieutenant who asked us to get him a plant fungus cure kind of thing. We continued our journey and were stopped by a violent electrical storm. The rain stopped and the path cleared. And now we can continue on our way through this jungle. And hopefully begin a session and hopefully get through it because we're really starting at the beginning. Review or recap what happened last session, set the scene. So yes, we're sliding down this outcropping, just trudging through the mud and all these plants and foliage as the sun is slowly rising in the horizon and the birds are singing. So we're gonna leave the vignette for the end, and we are gonna go ahead and undertake an expedition and cross our fingers it is not a miss again. Let's go ahead and roll wits. And it's a miss again, but let's go ahead and burn momentum and turn it into a strong hit. So we're gonna say that. Let's change the music. That's nice introduction music, but let's go ahead and try out oopsie doopsie. Let's go ahead and try out the Feywild. That's the jungle. Reach a point. Envision the location and mark progress per the rank of the expedition. We have marked progress. Envisioning location. A broken vehicle. We're gonna go. There's some kind of... there's a mech. That's perfect. I love it. So we're making our way through, and then we see this old mech that has been taken over by the foliage. It's clearly wet from last night's rain, from yesterday's rain, and it has just been taken over by the plants, and it's rusty, and maybe there's some kind of animal creature even living there. I don't know, some kind of rat-like mammal or something. And I wonder, is there anything useful that we can scavenge from here? Let's go ahead and... Wow, this music's tense. Well, it isn't suspense, so what did you expect? Alright, let's leave it for now. Let's go back to Alien Jungle. Let's go back to the... Let's just go... Yeah, let's go with Alien Jungle for now. I need to actually go and listen to songs more intense so that my brain can go boop, 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 this one. But... that's something I should probably prep for, like have a list of songs that I think will be important in this episode and have them handy. That's something I could do if I did any prep. Anyway, let's go ahead and secure an advantage. See if we can scavenge anything. Would that be a secure an advantage or a resupply? Let's see. I think it's secure an advantage because we have supply. So let's see if we can scavenge something that maybe we can use to fix up Artemis. So we are going to do it with wits. We're going to secure an advantage with wits. Here goes nothing. Please not a miss. It's a weak hit. Okay, so I'm just going to take the momentum because I like momentum because it stops misses from happening. So basically, we are able to... We climb out of Artemis. We go down. The rat-like mammals run away. And we begin to... pick apart this mech using Artemis's help, of course, and scavenge some useful parts. And with that done, we are going to try to repair Artemis. So let's see. We're going to roll wits, and we are in the field. So hopefully a strong hit, but a weak hit is still useful. If not, we can use supply for extra points. So let's try and... Wait. I can roll with supply? Oh, yes. When you're obtaining repairs. In this case, it's wits. It's a weak hit. Okay, so we're going to heal it for 1 point, for 1 integrity, and then we're going to use part of our own supply to heal it for the other integrity. Well, to repair it. So we spend better part of an hour or two patching up Artemis, which I don't know why I closed. Why did I close that? As we're, you know, talking and stuff. And I can't keep coming up with interesting conversations for them to have. Let's roll an oracle. What do they talk about while being fixed? They talk about another faction, a faction of human bandits, raiders that have taken this advantage of this situation the world is in to just go into chaos and just basically go around pillaging and everything. And Artemis is just, oh, that's what's happening. Faye asks Artemis for the latest updates that have, you know, arrived through the network or whatever, if Artemis is connected to such network. Probably not, otherwise we would be scolding now. But basically, she just asks him for the latest news that was updated into his databanks before they left, and Artemis tells her of many things, one of which is this bandit faction that is raiding around the perimeters and so forth, and messing around with their turrets, which is maybe what the lieutenant will say. Actually, maybe that's what the lieutenant said, and so Faye is asking about more information about these raiders and so forth, which we will not focus on right now, but that's what it is. All right. After that's done, we continue on our way and try to make more progress in this journey. Let's go ahead and roll wins. I am regretting making this a dangerous journey. We are going to burn momentum and turn it into a weak hit. See? It's a good thing I got that 2 momentum. So yes, we mark progress, but then we must either suffer 2 moves or face a peril at the waypoint. Let's go ahead and roll on some oracles to see what we can come up with. Trapped, alarm, pay the price, environment, something of value was lost or destroyed. I don't want to do this. We are on so low momentum. I don't want to do that. 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 Okay, I'm just going to say 1 spirit and 1 supply, as once we have left and we have gone a significant distance, we realize we left something behind. We left maybe a toolbox, maybe we left some kind of materials. We left, while we were fixing Artemis, some stuff got left behind. The rat-like mammals took it. That's what happened. Basically, while we were distracted, one of the rats came like the scout and took away one of our tools or some of our supply, and we did not notice. And we don't know this. Right now, they're munching on it. Whatever it is. Maybe cables or something. So that's what happened. And obviously, this stresses out Faye, because it's like, where the hell is it? You know I put it somewhere here, and she's looking all over, and she cannot find it, and it's just like, it's just so frustrating. Everything about this is going wrong. But we continue to make headway to the Iron Pact base. Let's try to make 1 more progress and see if we get there. Lastly, one thing I always forget sometimes, because sometimes I go really fast to these journeys, and sometimes I do like to see features. Let's re-roll that, because we said alarm doesn't fit here. Trapped, refuge, ravaged supplies, or equipment. I think while we were doing this, this happened while we were seeing one of these bandit camps, these raiders camps that has clearly been abandoned. It's been ravaged. It's already been looted by someone else, perhaps. Perhaps it was something else, but basically it seems like a very small makeshift camp that someone has looted. Everything's tossed around and everything. So there are obviously still many humans living in the jungle, despite the alien invasion. They maybe see us more like ants, you know? They're not really interested in completely eradicating us, just taking control of certain key points. and disrupting us so that we don't bother them anymore. All right. Let's make one more Undertaken expedition with wits. A weak hit. All right. Let's see if we can face a peril at the waypoint. Make things interesting. You know what? We've gone on long enough about these bandits that they should appear. Let's go ahead and give them a name. Let's go ahead and design these bandits. We need a faction name. They're obviously a fringe group. They're bandits. And their name is Legacy Affiliation. The Awakened Circle. I like that. That sounds like some crazy cultist stuff. Awakened Circle. They are cultist bandits. They believe... What do they believe in? They believe some kind of cultists, chaos, anarchist, you know, some kind of... They believe the aliens are the Awakened Circle. Why are they awakened? They believe... Let's just write that they believe the aliens are a sign of sorts. They worship them and steal and plunder to survive, living without rules. They... Oh, I like this one. They feast upon the flesh of dead aliens. Flesh of dead aliens to become closer, to be closer to their gods or something like that. I like that. Due to this, some of them are slightly mutated. I like that. So that is the Awakened Circle. Okay, we went from like classic bandits to some really messed up stuff, which I love. I love interesting stuff. So this is what I love about Starforge. You start with something very simple, a premise of mechs versus aliens, and suddenly you've got mutated. You know what? Let's go full on ham, not slightly mutated. Due to this, some of them are mutated. And I love it. You slowly start to expand and create a bigger and bigger world with more factions and more things happening as you play. It's wonderful. I love it. And now I'm glad we made this journey a dangerous one. So, what happens is that we fall into one of these traps, or maybe we're ambushed. Let's decide. I think a trap might be too much of a thing. Let's go ahead and put some suspense. Let's put some dread, because these people are scary or creepy. Is this the one with high-pitched sound? I think it is. There it is. Oh, yes. All right. Okay, so we're walking through with our mech as we're cutting foliage and everything, when all of a sudden we detect multiple bogies on Artemis's system, and we're suddenly surrounded by these cultist bandits. You know, they've got a mix of scavenged alien and human technology. They are mutated. Some of them have spikes growing out of their faces. Their bodies slowly transforming into a mix of human and alien creature. This is what happens. You eat things and you turn into them. And maybe not necessarily looking like the crab aliens or the crustacean aliens, but they obviously it has effects, random effects on their physiology and so forth. And it's obviously an ambush, like kind of like a small ravine we're walking, and then they pop out from outside of the plants and we're surrounded. And they're obviously yelling out stuff at us. They're like, surrender, get out of the robot thing. And it's like, yes, surrender, or we'll shoot you. And Artemis is like, this is the awakened circle we were talking about earlier, Faye. Not with that tone. I'm terrible at doing a machine AI voice. So what are we going to do here? Obviously, it's a bunch of people. No problem for the mech. But they are armed with... Some of them are armed with alien technology. And I don't know if I want to run another battle. We've had too many of them. And we've had bad luck with the last battle we had. The last combat we run. So the first thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to intimidate them. That seems reasonable. So I'm just going to make a face danger with Iron as I tell them. I basically just kind of like open the Gatling guns and I say, if you leave now, you leave alive and in one piece. Let's see what happens. It's a miss. It's a miss. We pay the price. They just yell out, fire! And they start shooting. So it's a full-on miss. It didn't work. I think I'm just gonna roll a battle for this. Oh, but if I lose the battle... It might be an interesting combat. Let's give it a shot. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Okay. So. Cultist bandits. Definitely troublesome. Otherwise, I mean, if they didn't have alien guns, they would be just, you know, get rid of them. So let's go ahead and enter the fray. We are in the thick of it or ambush. Doesn't make a sense. Doesn't make a difference. Let's just go ahead and roll wits. And the fight begins with you in a bad spot. So basically, they're firing at us. They had us ambushed. We're going to have to dodge out of the way. So we're going to use our ace and we're going to react under fire by getting out of the way. Yeah, okay, sure, why not? Let's react into fire. We got a +1. Edge. Strong hit with a match. We take +2 momentum. And I'm gonna say, this is exactly what I was thinking of, and the match agrees with me. The Oracles, it's a double 1. It can't get better than that. So basically, what I'm gonna say is the combat's over. They can't chase us. We have a mech. Right? It makes no sense that we would stay around fighting them. We don't want to fight them. So what we do is that we just get ready. It's a very tense situation. Everyone's staring down. While Faye was intimidating them, she was also like sending commands to Artemis, turning off the mic and preparing everything for a full-on blast run out of there. And just as the intimidation fails and they begin to shoot, just before they're firing, the rocket pumps up and Artemis just blasts out of there. The shots flying everywhere, jumping and running, crashing through foliage, plants and trees. And we have left them way behind, and there's no reason to continue with this fight. That's how strong of a hit. That's how strong of a match that was. I like that. I like that. Let's just go with that. And let's go ahead and just put some peaceful sci-fi for now. And let's go ahead and see if we make it to the Iron Pact base. We 8 progress. We got a good shot at making it. Let's see what happens. Here we go. I've always got terrible luck with progress rolls. I mean, I got terrible luck with everything, but... Strong hit with a match, another double one! That is 2 double ones in a row. Wow. Literally a 1% chance of a double one, and I got 2 of them in a row. Oh, this kind of balances out all the misses from the last session. Okay, so we make it. So we are going to mark 2 ticks on our discoveries track. And we're going to get rid of the Iron Pact base, the journey. And we make it. And I'm going to say that Flint messaged forward and they were expecting us. So things are going to go well. We're not going to have any issue. They all know that there's a mech. There's a pilot called Faye Dijkstra that's coming, and she's got all this data on the aliens, and everyone's very excited to analyze it, analyze the codes and everything from the mech, because it might give them just the edge they need to finally hack into the alien base. So everyone's just very excited to meet us. So this is going to mark progress on our quest to get to the data to the Iron Pact. All right, excellent. Now, what does their base look like? Let's see, location tables. Okay, let's roll on the location table and say that, So it could be above ground, or it could be underground. Literally, those are the 2 options that I can think of. I'm sure other people could think of other things. So let's just go ahead and roll on the moves and say 50-50. Is it above ground? Yes. Yes, it is above ground. So let's roll on the first look. Built within a repurposed ship. That is very interesting. It's a repurposed alien ship. It's one of the first ships that was knocked down, crashed into the jungle. It has been abandoned. It has been thought to be abandoned, but the Iron Pact has made their base there. I love it. So the Iron Pact. Hey, I thought I wrote a whole bunch of stuff last session. I'm pretty sure I did. That's weird. Maybe it never saved. Okay, I'll just have to check the video later and fill it up. Because, yeah, I wrote they were hackers, they were a bunch of stuff. Okay, well, later I'll check the video and fill it up with everything else. But for now, I'm just going to make... Yeah, there was a quirk, there was a rumor. I guess maybe it didn't save for some reason. Maybe I didn't close it properly. They make their base inside repurposed alien ship that was destroyed a long time ago, thought to be abandoned. Okay, I love that. Let's see if that saves this time. There we go. Okay. So yes, we arrive. They probably... Do they have mechs of their own? I don't imagine they have mechs. Let's ask the Oracle. Do they have mechs? It is unlikely. No, they don't have mechs, but they do have soldiers with guns, and maybe these people are the closest to like rediscovering alien technology. They still don't have it, but the cultist mutants, perhaps due to their mutations, they are able to use the alien technology. I like that. Let's write that down. That's why they can fire these alien guns. Due to their mutations, they have some access to alien technology. Which is weird, but it's there. It's part of the universe. All right, so we arrived and let's roll on. Because I think this is perfect to roll on a derelict. No. A vault. A vault. An outer first look. It's lighted or illuminated. It's made of smooth metallic. It's a platform or disc looking very much like a classic alien saucer. And it's a vessel. And it's a minor-sized ship. Okay. But so, literally, your classic illuminated metal flying saucer. This is ridiculous. It was an illuminated, smooth, metallic, disc-shaped vessel. I love it. It's just, the Oracles just wanted a flying saucer. The Oracles wanted a classic feel to this. All right, so we arrive there, and everyone's expecting us, and the reception is great, and we are, I don't know if we need to make the detail of the connection to this contact of Dr. Flint, but we hand over the data, and I think this might be a good moment to sojourn here, as we have arrived after a long journey, and we can stop. And I'm going to use a sojourn move here because we're not going to rest and recover for a very long time. So in this case, I'm going to try and use a sojourn, and we'll see what happens. I have a heart of 1. It's a weak hit. It's a safe refuge, but time is short, or resources are strained. Okay, so I can make 1 move, and I'm going to say I resupply, which makes sense. They resupply the mech, so we basically get back a little bit of ammo, more repair parts, and whatever the rat-like mammals stole from us. Those bastards. All right, so with that out of the way, we need to think how we're going to progress this quest further. That is a great question. So we're in this alien ship that has been transformed into a hacker heaven, and they're analyzing through data, and everything's going forth. And, bunch of thoughts coming into my head here. One thing could be, we need another part. There's some kind of access code they're not able to crack that we need from an alien. So, I know. So we need a specific... Okay, so there's a nearby alien base. Let's change the music for a little bit, just so we don't have the same one. Let's put something Wonder, the Clockwork Arcana. Maybe this one fits into this alien-like place. I'm not hearing anything. Okay. Yes, let's go with this. So, they need a specific code from the aliens. So they need some kind of key phrase or something, but they can't to hack through this data. Now, this kind of data, this key code, this phrase or whatever, isn't held within, obviously, mech units or whatever. So there's an alien base nearby. I'm gonna stop saying so, I promise, at some point. So is better than though, which I also say sometimes. There's a nearby alien base. We need to go there very stealthily, and using the equipment that the Iron Pact hackers are going to give me, take a little bit of time and scan, and basically just stay there scanning, get the code, and get out. It's going to be some kind of... Let's make it more interesting. Let's make it a physical USB drive. So obviously it's not a USB drive, it's some kind of alien technology, but we need to get close. We need to infiltrate a nearby alien base, hack the thing, get out without blowing anything, because if we blow stuff up, we won't be able to get where we went. But we can blow stuff up on the way out. That's fine. But ideally, nothing. Ideally, it's an infiltration mission. Once we do that, with the code, we will be able to unearth all the data and get it analyzed. Unless there's something else that we need to do. In any case, that's what we're going to do. So, let's go ahead and do that. So this alien base. I feel like we just finished a journey, and I don't really want to do another one right now. Too many journeys is kind of like just bleh. So let's just go ahead and say, wait, we have a move for this. We have a set a course move. When you follow a known route. So, the hackers know exactly where this alien base is. Is it a digging base? What kind of base is it? It's a security base, which is perfect, which is exactly what we need. So it's just kind of like a small alien security base. They have some kind of landing pod for their smaller ships. Oh, I'm getting a sneeze. And they have some buildings. It's just a small base, not very large. And we're going to have to infiltrate it. So let's do that. Let's go into infiltration mode. We'll set a course for this alien base and hopefully arrive there at night. And the aliens, like most creatures with eyes, do not see well at night. That's a lie. Some creatures with eyes see perfectly well at night. I guess maybe these aliens don't. And besides, we haven't had much nighttime activity, so let's just go with that. Let's roll supply. It's a miss. You are waylaid by a significant threat and must pay the price. If you overcome this obstacle, you may push on safely to your destination. Everything's a miss. I lie. I lie. 2 strong hits with the match, double ones. I'm not saying everything's a miss. Yin yang, everything's balanced. You are harmed. By what am I harmed? Stolen supply. Harmed by stolen supply. Let's maybe re-roll on the harm. You are delayed or put at a disadvantage. Significant threat. So my first thought, sorry for the extended silence there. My first thought that it was the general on a call with the Iron Pact. But maybe not. My other thought was maybe we're attacked by aliens, but that's more fighting and we've done a lot of that. So what could this significant threat be? And I'm gonna say that it's an alien scout ship. That's right. It's not a fight. It's an alien scout ship. It's some kind of small disc-like thing that's flying over the jungle. And that's one of the purposes of this security base. It scans, and the Iron Pact, they're so smug that they are hiding under one of these own destroyed ships, and they completely pass under the radar. Even they've managed some way to hide their signal even though the ship's on and things are powered. They've managed to kind of like hide and shroud everything, but basically that they're very smug about it. The ship just passes over them sometimes and never found out. It's a perfect place to hide and be very close to specific points. So anyway, the ship's passing right over us and we have to hide. We have to avoid it. First, we'll try to hide so it doesn't see us. This is going to be bad because it's shadow and we're terrible at shadow. So let's go ahead and roll the face danger with shadow as we try to hide from this. And it's a miss. It's a miss. You fail or a momentary success is undermined by eternal. So they see us. This scout ship, which is obviously armed with some kind of small weapons, sees us. And now we're basically, I imagine the situation is we're hiding under these dense trees. We're like moving, cutting through things. Artemis suddenly warns us that there's an alien ship. And we obviously stop. And we're hiding, like pressed up against a large tree trunk. This flying saucers above us when all of a sudden it's kind of like, it kind of stops for a second. And I'm like, Artemis, power down all your systems as much as you can. And everything goes dark. And Artemis says, it's locked onto us. And like, Faith, power everything up. Run. We got to make a run for it. And we start running for our lives to see if we can get away from this this flying saucer. So this is gonna be as the alien is probably flying around shooting down at us. We're going to use our ace as we try to slide through the ground, slide down, jump around, over until suddenly we're basically going to try to do this. We're running through jungle, and all of a sudden we disappear. As we suddenly stop and hide behind an object, turn off the power, and then try to run a different direction and try to lose them. That's what we're going to try to do. And hopefully, it will work. Let's go ahead and roll with edge. +1. It's a weak hit. Okay, so we take +1 momentum. So we succeed, but not without a cost. And I'm going to say we suffer 1 integrity because we are running, we're scraping. This thing's shooting lasers at us, and one of the lasers blasts out a piece of rock. You can see pieces of molten rock flying, and the rock hitting Artemis. But we are able to, in one of those things, maybe even, we're able to outrun it. Not outrun it, but outwit it. We make a quick run for it. And then we hide again, and we lose it. We made a run for it, and we survived. So let's say that happened. And now that we've overcome this obstacle, we may push safely to our destination. So, now that we've pushed safely to our destination, we arrive at this large alien base. Not particularly fenced in or anything. Let's see what the buildings look like. I don't like that one. Oh, I rolled fast there. Obviously lighted and illuminated. And let's just leave it at that. Kind of material. Bone-like. No. We've already established that they work with like smooth metals. So they've got a few, like I said, buildings scattered. One large one, a few small ones. And we have to infiltrate these. So Faye is going to climb out of Artemis. Artemis is obviously going to argue the point, saying that this is very dangerous. We shouldn't be doing this alone. What will the commander say? Etc, etc, etc. And Faye says, relax. Once I'm done, I will call you. You will come get me, and we will get the hell out of here. So, Very similar to our first mission, but not quite. In this case, we have to do this very sneakily. And so, we make our way in. And I think this is probably a good point to stop in this session. We're going to add a progress here and say, infiltrate. This is going to be a journey. We'll put journey, infiltrate the alien base. And it's going to be troublesome. And this is a perfect moment to stop. As we can see the base down there, and in the middle of the jungle, it's been cleared in almost a perfect circle. There's a landing pad for the alien saucers. There's lots of lights, lots of little scattered buildings, a main large building, like I said. And Artemis kind of like turns into power down mode. We get out, we walk down, we can see Faye sliding down to reach the same ground level as the space. And as she leaves, Artemis kind of powers down, turns everything dark, makes itself smaller. And that's where we're going to end today's session, and we're going to see the end of the session. Have we developed a relationship with any connection? I don't think we need to make one with the Iron Pact. I don't think we've done with anything else. No. Have we moved forward in a quest? Yeah, we did. Everything else, no. Let's go ahead and roll on the beginner session table. Seemingly unrelated situations are shown to be connected. I like this a lot. Let's put some creepy music for this scene. I don't know if creepy or dread. This one's perfect. So we see the legs plodding of one of the aliens. Metal door opens. They walk in. Another alien's in the room. There's some kind of examination table. They exchange words in a language, in a form of speaking that we cannot understand. Lots of like incomprehensible alien grunts mixed with clicking and clacking and slobbering sounds. And then as we sort of pan up, we can see on the table one of the cultists of the Awakened Circle strapped to the table. Prodded and experimented on. They dose him, and we see nothing else. And then we see the awakened cultist waking up outside, simply just gathering himself, has all his stuff, grabs his equipment, and runs back into the jungle. Are the aliens purposefully experimenting on humans, and have they created the Awakened? Or are they simply studying them? We do not know. And we shan't find out today, for this is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with everyone, and I will see you next week for episode 5. Bye-bye!